Hi everyone, welcome to my daily video. It is Friday, it is April 6th, and it's my son Zach's 29th birthday. Now he is my second son, so I have 6 children, but he's my second son, and I am so happy to see him turning 29. He has 3 little girls. He's been married for 5, 6 years, I think, right now, and he's just awesome. So happy birthday, Zach. I can't believe it's been 29 years since, I've known you for 29 years. That's incredible. So anyway, I am not at home today. I am in Pittsburgh. I'm away from home, and but I still want to record this. So you can see the background's a little different. I'm kind of getting different lighting, which I'm not that unhappy about. I think it's kind of good. And I can see on camera that I can't see in the mirror is that my face, it does not look as swollen as yesterday. So that means that, my Z-Pack is working, and I'm really happy about that. I can see lines again. It doesn't look so chipmunky. But anyway, let's see. On to book news. First of all, I want to tell you guys, Barbara Claypole's book, The Promise Between Us, is only $1.49 on Kindle. Go get that book. Go get that book. It is such a great book. I am going to be putting the link right here. My interview with Barbara. I interviewed her about a month or two ago. It wasn't that long. It was right around when this book was coming out. So anyway, $1.49. That is crazy. So anyway, I'm very happy for her. This book is doing so well on the Amazon charts. So very, very good, Barbara. But I have a list here, and I called this video How to Have a New York Times Bestseller or something like that. I haven't written it yet, but it's going to be something like How to Write a Bestseller. Maybe something like that. I read an article online. It was on the Pacific Standard website, and the guy that wrote it was Tom Jacobs, and he just wrote it this morning. It was only out at like a couple of hours when I saw it, and he had some really good ideas. But from doing these interviews and from watching books go on the New York Times bestseller, and sometimes not understanding why some books make it and other books don't make it that are better. I have some opinions on this because I have been watching it for a while. So, but let's talk about some points that he made because they were really good. First of all, he says that hardcover sales have not changed. Isn't that incredible? Hardcover sales since the beginning of ebooks have not changed. So I was really happy about that. I am so happy that there are other people like me that love to get the hardcover. I mean, who doesn't love to have an ebook? Have it on your Kindle or whatever you use when you're flying and traveling. I definitely use it, and I use it a lot too. But I love my hardcovers. Love them. So that was one fact that I was like, I have to tell everybody that because I don't know that everybody, that we all know that. And I'm looking at my lipstick, and it looks really funky. I think it's the background. I don't know. Whatever. Okay, on to point number 2. Unfortunately, I have to look at myself, so I make a lot of judgments. All right, number 2. Okay, so if your goal is to write a New York Times bestseller, these are some stats, okay? Readers love thrillers and mysteries. So in the fiction genre, they said also that serial books do really well too. Okay, so if you're writing a series and those books do really well, but if you just want to write a standalone book, thrillers and mysteries. And I can't disagree with that because I love a good thriller and mystery, and I see why they say that. I don't think everybody goes to pick up a romance or another kind of genre. But if we're in the nonfiction, everybody loves biographies and memoirs. That is true. Okay, I can't disagree with that. If I'm going to go nonfiction, very rarely do I buy, I don't know. It comes and goes. Those self-help books, I think I'm just over self-help books because I've read so many of them. They'd have to come up with something really, really interesting to make me want to go back to them. But anyway, so biographies and memoirs in nonfiction, and in fiction, thrillers and mysteries. Now, number 3 point that he makes is that all books peak in their first 15 weeks from their release date. And so I'm understanding now, like when you go to look for a book, I mean, you understand that they're being promoted so early, and you can go on Amazon and see that they're pre-order, okay? Which sometimes I do, so I don't miss it. But I mean, it's making you understand why social media like so has that build up right before the release date, because there's just such a short period of time from the time it releases. It has 15 weeks to peak. Okay, so when you think about it, that's 3.5 months, and then they're saying after that it drops off greatly, unless the next point it becomes a movie. Now, if it becomes a movie, most of the time that book will then go right to number one, two, right up at the top. Okay, which is another very cool thing for people that get books that are made into movies, is that you go to the even if you go to the movie and you're like, I didn't read the book, and then you go get the book, or the movie's coming out and you're like, I didn't read the book, and you read the book and then go see the movie. That's what I like to do. But anyway, so that's an interesting point. And he says that most authors only get one shot at a bestseller. I don't agree. I really don't agree with that. I think every book is a shot. So don't agree with you. Sorry, Tom Jacobs. I think every book has a shot. I don't think you just get one shot. Why would authors continue to write? That's so stupid. Sorry. And let's see, that's about it. But I do have some, so that was what I read of his. And let me just give you like a couple of more seconds, because this is already getting long, about what I think, okay? And I think that promoting it through different medium, like if you are huge on Instagram, you can get so many cool people that are going to give it away, give it away and let people like advertise it for you. So many other people tell me about books, so many book reviewers. They'll come to me and say, did you read this book? It's not out for another 2 months, but it's already like that build up. So I do understand why publishers do that, but I think that it needs to be like I think it needs to be on Instagram, it needs to be on Facebook, and it needs to be on Twitter. And I tell authors this all the time. If you do not have a LinkedIn account, you are missing out. The people on LinkedIn are readers, okay? They're business people, they're older people for the most part, and I know I'm generalizing, but they are. It's an older audience than, say, Twitter and Facebook. Go to LinkedIn. So that's my advice for whatever that's worth. But I wish all my books were bestsellers. I wish they were all, and I track them all the time, because I love when I see one of the books that I thought was just amazing actually get on the New York Times bestseller. It makes me so happy. And, there are authors. I'm reading a Danielle Steele book right now. There are so many authors that, like, she puts a book out, it goes there. Because I think they get used to the fact that they know it's going to be good. Okay? So there are authors that you see, they write a book, it goes on the New York Times bestseller. And then that's why I always question, like, okay, so say they didn't start off that way. It's just that they built up that audience. And so that's why I think every book has a chance. So anyway, until Monday, guys, thank you for watching this long, because I talked way too long about this, but I'm kind of passionate about it. And also, have a great weekend. See you on Monday.